Hello world. Listening to Michael Moulin, Chrysalide. I just have it on burned CD. I'm thinking of Ted Higgs, who's also in the vinyl community. Mostly see him over on Facebook. He just recently found a vinyl copy of this. Is a grail want of mine for decades. I've never seen a physical copy. I love this album, and there's another track on here in particular. This is reminiscent of Steve Hillage quite a bit, but there's a couple tracks where he really comes into his own sound, and I love it. Michael Moulin on the Crypto label. Great label. I want to thank everyone for listening yesterday and all the wonderful compliments. Thanks for listening, because I have given you something to listen to. You know, it's just not me tapping on some sticks or making some funny noise. You know, I do that too, but you know, I worked really hard on that music. What I've decided to do is the digital version of Flyover is going to become available today on Bandcamp. Now, I have no control over what happens. I'm going to have it pay as you want, which means you folks that have pre-ordered already, please take a copy. Just put in 0 and get your free download. Other folks, if you like my music, I'm being real honest here. This is my main source of income as of now. My stipend as an artist in residence ends in 2 months, and you know, I am looking at other ways of hustling, you know, to pay the bills, but this can work. I mean, this is the best record I've made yet. Thank you everyone for your comments. You'll be able to go to my Bandcamp site and you can stream the whole thing so you can hear. This is the track that I love. You can hear the whole album, you know. And I've already recorded a whole lot better since then. Anyway. So I'm going to do that today, and I'll put the link here so the entire album will be available digitally. People ask me about bands. Have you heard of this? Have you heard of that? And the answer is pretty much yes, almost every time, because I try to pay attention to music. A while back, someone asked about Yellow. Yeah, Boards of Canada. Yeah, the Boards of Canada is out in the other room. I might have a CD down here I can show it. I will say that Boards of Canada, they're not a conscious influence because they come so after the fact. When I hear Boards of Canada, I hear the influences on me in them as well. But I love Boards of Canada. Somebody asked me about Pogo. Yeah, I haven't heard of everything, obviously, but I've said it a few times. You know, music is my main interest, and I have devoured it. When it comes to the mainstream, I've heard of a lot. On that note, I never watched the Super Bowl. Didn't watch the Super Bowl. I really can't stand organized sports. But I partied with the original Red Hot Chili Peppers. I've shared that story before. I like to share my stories, folks. I mean, it sounds like I'm bragging. Maybe I am, but it's fun to do. And when folks brag back, I accept it. And when you do it nicely, I give you a thumbs up, because it's like, what good are the stories except to share, you know? But you know, eons ago, I saw the Red Hot Chili Peppers before they were anything. When Hillel Slovak was still in the band, they were a blowaway. Went backstage to the club, got Hillel and Flea stoned to the bone. My weed and my friend's weed. Anthony sat across the way with his weed. INS very suspiciously wouldn't share. Gave us that typical LA thing, you know, like, I don't know who you are, I don't trust you and all that. I still to this day think he went a little overboard. We were backstage long enough for him to see that we were cool. Anyway, I say that, don't I? Yesterday, besides getting my test pressing, a musician from Belgium by the name of Steve, who noticed what I like, and he said, I have a group, or I have a project called Mahler Haze, and I think you'd like it because it's like clusters. So he sent me, I received them yesterday, 2 of his CDs. This guy's from Belgium, Mahler Haze, Final Vapor. He also sent me a personal archive CD. Thank you, Steve. Sweat Saves Blood. I've given this cursory listen, real good. Matter of fact, so good, or I was impressed enough that I'll just put it on. We'll just go ahead and put it on and let you hear some too. I thought, yeah, I like this. Oh, yeah, I like this. So, again, like I say, I'm not really into receiving CDs. I like records, but this is good. And that makes all the difference. This is good. Mahler Haze. If I remember, I'll put a link to his Bandcamp site as well. Okay, folks, I could talk a long time. I'm going to keep this one short. I may return. Always seems like there's more to say, and there is. Mahler Haze. My new album, Flyover, is going to be available digitally today. And like I said, it'll be available free for you folks that have pre-ordered. Other folks, if you like it, please buy a copy. Your price. You name your price. Help me to stay online. I mean, literally, you know, it's like once it gets to the point that I can't pay the bills, it'll be bye-bye Dereck. Some of you will probably be happy about that, huh?